Well, hello folks, this is Fracture, and I welcome you to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It's an older DOS game, but a fantastic one. At least, I think so. It just showed up on Steam for $2.50, so I couldn't pass it up at that price. I think I have a copy of it that I already own lying around somewhere, but it would cost me more than $2.50 in my own time to go digging it out. It seems to run fine on Windows 7. The one problem I had was the cutscenes and movies crash the machine, but it comes with a utility called swconfig, and one of the options in there is to disable movies. I did that, and we're up and running. So I'm running this in... It actually goes up into fairly high resolutions, but because of the resolutions that YouTube likes, it's actually 640 by 480 is probably what I'm going to be posting it at. Makes it really fast to post for me, and trust me, it looks about the same as I look at it. When I up the resolution, it looks a bit better, but not enough that it's worth the huge file sizes for me to upload. And I don't think this game's going to get particularly large audience anyway, so I'm sorry if you don't like the low resolution, but hey, that's the way it's going to be. So suffer. Got it? Alright. Now that we understand each other, I'm going to choose a male rogue-like character. I can also choose this middle-of-the-road guy called an explorer, and then the full-on fighter. The male and female characters, I don't think there's any difference between them in the game. I don't recall if there's romance options or not. If there is, obviously the male or female choice would affect that. I know KotOR 2 had lots of romance options, and I just don't remember KotOR 1 if it does or not. We're going to go with a male character. We're going to go custom. Choose the portrait. Let's see what we find here. Oh yeah, nice mullet, buddy. And what else we got? Who else? That guy looks like a dark side character if I ever saw one, eh? Ooh, yeah. That guy looks alright. Yeah, very charismatic. We'll go with that guy. Alright. Attributes. Or attributes. I start with recommended. And they don't look too bad. I have low strength, but I'm a rogue, and that's normal. High dexterity, again, rogue, which means I'm better with blasters and grenades than vibroblades, swords, and lightsabers, which is a shame. I like lightsabers, but dexterity gives me a much higher dodge rating as well, which is nice. Constitution is crap. I mean, I'm very easily injured. But again, the dexterity kind of weighs against that because I dodge better, so hopefully I don't get injured as much. Intelligence affects how many skill points you get. I'll show you that in a second. Wisdom affects how good your force powers are later in the game and how many force attribute points you get to allocate. Charisma, well, let's see exactly what it says. Charisma represents personality and the ability to lead. A high charisma adds modifiers to force-related feats, and powers that are very important to all the Jedi classes. It is also central to any persuasive talker. I like to be a persuasive talker. I don't think I'll pump it any higher than that. We'll leave it at 14, but I probably will be putting additional points into it as the game progresses. So, we'll go with the recommended set. They look pretty good to me. And for skills, again, starting with recommended, but the way I play the game, if I do badly and require major healing, I will usually reload that part of the game and try again. So I'm going to get rid of treat injury and put it in persuade. As I said, I like to talk. Now the reason I was able to take 2 points out of treat injury and put 4 into persuade is that treat injury isn't really suited to my class. So each point I add to treat injury uses 2 points. And the same is said for repair. So if I take these 2 points out, you see I now have 4 to spend. But there's nothing else worth spending them on. It's a choice between repair and computer use, and I really won't be applying the points anyway, so I may as well throw them anywhere. Let's just throw them in repair, for lack of a better place. It's really a toss-up between computer use and repair. Every time you need one or the other, they're usually both available to you in different ways. So we'll go with that. That looks pretty good to me. Feats. And I think the number of feats you get is affected by your wisdom. I could be wrong. Let's see what they say for recommended. Dueling. That's not what it sounds like. It is not dual weapon fighting. That's a different feat. That's this one. Dueling is like a duel in a field in olden days, each person having a single pistol. So you get bonuses for only using a single weapon. I find that very confusing. I don't know why they didn't just call it single weapon fighting, but there you go, and I'll prove that to you. Dueling. Characters that focus on using a single one-handed weapon get a +1. As opposed to, this feat reduces the attack penalty of character wielding double-bladed weapons. Yeah, area for confusion there, no doubt, eh? Okay, so we've taken what they recommended. And one thing I'm going to be putting points into later, I've never had a character that's had very high, what do they call it, cybernetic implant skills. So I'm going to make sure my character does that, just to see if what flavor that adds to the game. And name, Dak. Hey, Dak. Dunta. Sarn. Dirk. You know, I usually go with compound fracture or fracture compound or something like that, but I like their random name generator. It usually comes up with some nice ones. Korig Skin. Wedge Star. Jake Sana. Hendo Organ. Yeah, well, okay. Click, click, click. Get away from that one. Junstar, Hender, Vrick, Avrer, Dupes, Dunta, Kran, Aiden, Sato, Dran Draken, Dran Kasra, Dran, I like Dran, Dran Khan, I like Khan too, Garrick Khan, yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Yeah, okay, that's good. So we're ready to go. As I said, the cutscenes aren't working, so we don't get to see a battle that occurs just prior to this scene. The cutscene. This isn't a cutscene. This is actually the in-game engine rendering this. It's just those Blick videos that they play in between. They don't work for me. I don't think it's a big deal.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Who are you?
I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Hurry up. You're the one that told me where you slept and all that. Who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I know all about your reputation. How you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. And I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. But now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet. And Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Well, okay, let's go help Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
I was going to go in my underwear, but okay. So we get everything out of here. Those pop-up screens will start reducing in number soon enough. And the way we equip something is we point at the inventory slots and it will tell us what's available for use. So I point here and I can choose my clothing. Point here and I can choose a blaster pistol. I do better with a blaster than a sword because I have higher dexterity, lower strength. And I'm a rogue, so I come equipped at the start of the game with a stealth field generator.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
They're not kidding, and if you're into micromanaging, as you start to gain a party, the skills that you're lacking, you want to make sure that your party members are gaining those skills. And that way when you have 2 to 4 people in your party, you have a real cohesive unit. Okay, this is just telling me that he's now part of my
Because
party.
of the attack, this room is in lockdown, but don't worry.
Alright, so we click on his portrait, and now I'm controlling this guy. So that's how we switch party members throughout the game.
Now that the door is open, you better take the lead.
So it switched me back to me automatically. Usually I'd have to click on the portrait again.
This is KotOR. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Let's move out. Okay, I'm a rogue. Let me just do a quick save. I'm a rogue. Don't you love these old games? The quick save is actually quick. That took, what, 1 second? So, as a rogue, I automatically have the ability to hack this door. If I wasn't a rogue, I wouldn't, but this guy does. So.
No problem. Got it.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
Alright, so the game pauses automatically. You can turn that off, but it pauses automatically anytime you see an enemy, and it gives you time to queue up your attacks. This looks like a melee attack, but all it means is normal attack. I have specialty attacks like this one, sniper shot, similar to normal attack, but it's much slower with a higher chance of hitting. So I'm just going to use that exclusively. And I'm going to hit space to start the game again. And I can actually queue up. I could take a shot at this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, or something like that. I just have four things I can queue. Now, I killed him, and what it will do is it will automatically clear my queue and start fighting a random choice of enemy, but it will switch back to the normal attacks. So I'm going to micromanage and disengage. Yeah, stop saying that. Yes, okay. Yes, yes, yes. And just... So that was a normal attack, and that's the specialty attack.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Okay, well, I won't use one yet because I'm fully healed. Oh, I got that. That happens sometimes. It wants to keep turning the screen on you. A little minor bug. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed that, but when I was fighting, the normal attack, he actually took 3 shots in my round, but 2 of them missed. And when he used my sniper option, he only took 1 shot, but it hit. So that's the difference between the two, is more shots, less chance to hit, higher shots, or fewer shots, greater chance to hit. And here we go again. I'll do a mix here as well. So I'll take a normal shot at the guy,